Good morning, everyone. After a very nice and very, very long holiday period, we are here to start working again, and I think we are halfway to finish the complex exam, so 1 year gone, and it's always important to summarize where we are currently and which way we need to go. I always like mentioning about the main aim and visions of the program. And the vision is when you go back to healthcare, irrespectively whether you are a medical doctor, pharmacist, dentist, or whatever in the field, to do a better healthcare. And our mission is actually to make a breakthrough in Hungary. And I think the number of students affiliated to the program, and already in the new year we have above 80 applicants who will start the program again, suggest that after a couple of years we really can make changes in Hungary. The whole issue is an initiative by Academia of Europea, who actually highlighted that translating scientific knowledge back to community, especially patients' benefits, is really highly important. And what we are achieving here actually not just a lottery or a roulette game, because it has been already shown in the past that it's really a successful education style. And therefore, we are not just have hopes, but we are absolutely sure that everybody who is in the program can gain a huge benefits. And we are really very proud that Nature Medicine, which is one of the most distinguished journals in medicine, actually found the project innovative enough to publish it. The project is a hybrid project. And you are after year one, in which the scientific activity was mostly highlighted. But before I start, it's always need to mention that this initiative started at the University of Péter in 2019. And now this is the third year when exponentially grew actually the number of students. And you just finishing year one. Year one, when you spend 4 days from your time on scientific work, and we wanted to achieve actually a lot of development on your projects, because from year two, actually you are expected to work mostly in healthcare, but we still require from your institution, based on our agreement, 1 day, scientific day, when you still can continue your research, because there is still lots of issues here. The phase one last year, actually just summarizing what we achieved in year one, was the first 3 months was actually learning the methodologies, how to find the important question, how to clarify, simplify the question, design the project. So we done everything like this in the first 3 months, and everyone was expected to draft a PhD thesis, to learn the healthcare delivery scientific methods, and also everyone had to reach the start of data extraction. So from 91 students, 86 could achieve this, and from the phase two, you already started learning how to write an article, how to communicate professionally your data. We had also communication skill courses, and also how to interpret scientific results critically. Everyone was expected to complete their research search, and also to show results and present their achievement. We were happy to see that 85% could go through on year two. Concerning phase three, everybody had the opportunity to meet excellent scientists, actually included Nobel laureates, and everyone was expected to complete their search data summary and to present their achievements. From the last progress report, 80 students reached the end of year one, which we call success, because from 91, only 11 students were somewhere the first year progress or actually running has finished. What was the main aim of the last 3 months? I can see 3 words: writing, writing, and writing. This was the main important part. Of course, there were some of you who still had data analysis, but many of the students did the writing, and everyone was expected to complete the first projects. Of course, there could be exceptions because the number of search, the number of work, but this was the general aim when we started a year ago, that everyone has to reach to the first article to have it final and to present here the achievements. If I summarize, we established the center a year ago. So a year ago there was 0, the outcome of the Center for Translational Medicine at Semmelweis University. Currently, we already have 58 articles published. You can say how we can have 58 articles published, but you just finishing the projects, because the SMSs actually who came here, most of them were year 1 students at the University of Péter, and when they came up, of course here they not only were SMSs, but they continued the year 2 students. So although there is no group above you, so no a 3rd year yet at Semmelweis University, the SMSs who are usually the best students, they are here and they publishing, and we had lots of really brilliant publication. The year 1 reach impact factor 8.53, this is high, but this is actually biased a little bit by the Nature Medicine article, which impact factor alone is around 70, but the 5.7 impact factor is usually this kind of 5 impact factor, the average what we can achieve, which is really, really very high. Again, 82–83% of the articles are published in either D1 or Q1 journal. Therefore, our work, your work, the scientific question, and also the methodology we are using, they are in the top in the world. And they can be published in the first 25% of the journals. So everyone is expected to submit their first article to D1 journal, or if D1 journal it couldn't be published, this can be go to Q1 journal. There are some, you can see Q3, Q4, 1.1. This is usually based on a big change somehow in a SIMAGO list. For example, one of them, that our article, which when we submitted to the journal was around 12 impact factor where were accepted, but they didn't qualify yet for SIMAGO list. And when they started in Q4, but it's a 12 impact journal in the field. So sometimes due to this kind of unpredictable changes, this can happen. Here are actually the projects, and these are the projects what you have started. Currently there are 213 projects started by the 91 students. No, there are the 80 students. Of course, most of them are meta-analysis and systematic review of the field. However, already the other kind of projects are there, and already 31 projects are submitted. If I look at only the first project status, everyone can have a different interpretation. Either 50% of the glass is full or 50% of the glass is empty, because this is what we felt here when we started the program, that until here all the articles will be in the stage of article finished. Still around 40–50% of the article, or 40% not finished yet, of course due to several reasons. Of course, there are reasons, maybe we didn't plan well enough the aims or whatever, or outside parameters, changes in personal life. So we can say plenty of things which outside of the inner circle we can decide. However, if we look at the facts, which depend on us. This is always the need to look at the facts depend on us, because this is the only one we can change. We cannot change the weather. You could see the meteorological issues in the recent days, or you cannot change the workload or any other things. And when I had a word last week with you guys, and when the article was not ready, I plenty of times heard that, oh, half of the world is on holiday, I have to work instead of, or plenty of reasons, and there are too much to do, so the workload, what everybody has, is too much. So almost 90% of you were actually complaining, and for where reason? Actually for the time load, the work you have. When you said, okay, but yesterday I had to do this, a day before I had to do this. So most of you, what I also realized last week, working on a to-do list base. So you have a to-do list, you put the sticks on the wall and so on. What is, it's immediately I have to do this. It's very important to look at what we can change on to-do list. Because to-do list, it has been already proved that 80% of to-do lists never finished, or even more. Therefore, working on a base of to-do list in the 21st century is not really the best way. However, and this was also part of the training when you had to learn the 7 habits of highly successful people, that the time management is really crucially important. So to change this kind of issues, you cannot change the workload, but the planning you can really change, and you can spend your time wisely. Of course, this kind of 4 squares, I think it's almost everybody has seen in the past. There are important and urgent things. Most of you, when I realized last week, live their life in this. Okay, I need to do it immediately. I need to do it. Okay, let's go. And in the priority matrix, you use Q1 mostly. Of course, there are plenty of issues which can be predicted. So if you start, you could see the year 1 program, you can immediately predict at which part, what kind of duties you will have. So most of the things happening at Center for Translational Medicine, predictable. Of course, there are issues which are not important but urgent. This is what you have to find somehow ways to delegate it to actually to other parts. And of course, plenty of us have Netflix and so on, which is not important, not urgent, this kind of category. So the other way of life to actually reduce close to 0 to be successful about the Q4. But this is actually what we use currently, crisis. Peter is coming to the meeting tomorrow. I need to present. Let's finish it. I can see the smiley faces that it's sometimes happening. Emergencies, pressing problems, always I am under pressed. I am actually stressed that I need to reach a deadline during the CTM. Last minute preparations. I don't want to ask to put your hands that who at least once or twice finish their projects 1 day before the group meetings. I think it's always happening. So this is where we live. However, let's think, when you start also the next period, you can, how many things you can put to the box next to it and make it not urgent and not emergencies, preparation, planning, value clarification, capability improvement, and so on. So the real secret, how you can continue it successful, and it's even more important than year 1, because year 1 you had day 4 for this project. From next week, you will have only day 1. Of course, besides the high work, we always have outside programs. As you know, we have social clubs, sports clubs, and I am happy to say that actually last week we had the 6th challenge day, when we, within 1 day, we were bike around the Lake of Balaton, and this is now the 6th time we are doing it. Even the statisticians came to the meeting and went through, and after that it was really have fun, and we felt proud of ourselves to do this again. Of course, if somebody missed it and would like to bike around the Lake of Balaton to challenge themselves next year, again 20th of August, this is always the day when we do that, you can join. Today, of course, the progress report, you have already done 3, so you know the process. It's always required to review other works, not only to see where you are, but also to start looking at critically what the others do. However, based on the experiences we had from the last time, we make it easier. Now you need to make points only at 3 times: the presentation part, the discussion skill, and the third one is an overall, which you believe is from 1 to 5. All the others, progresses and others, we will put next to the numbers. So these are, and you always have a QR code at the end of your program booklet, so you already know how to make actually marks for the others. Last year, I think one of the biggest innovation and the most welcomed innovation by you was actually the different kind of questions you have actually done, the first, second, and third. And of course, we made sure that this year also the wine for the best questionnaires will be available. So I would like to also stimulate everybody to be active, not only passive, during the progress report. As you know, we always highlight the best of the students in each month. That we had 91 students, so to reach this kind of prize is not easy, because of course many students would like to reach actually this phase. And now today I would like to give the prize for the June and July prize, mostly concerning about your progress, activities and involvement presentations in the group meetings. And I am very pleased to let you know that both students' prizes will be delivered today on this meeting. So from the GI group and also from the pediatric group. So I would like to ask to come over Annette Rantz and Dorina Bajzát, who finished their work and very close to publish their activities. There is also an excellence recognition for the best supervisors of the month. You already had 10 or 9 so far, and for June and July, I am happy to announce that both of them for June and July will be announced today. So I am very happy to ask the 2 supervisors to come over, and they are Gábor Varga and András Bámvölgyi, who I asked to come over because they became to be the best supervisors of the month. Thank you and congratulations. All of them have finished actually the articles, and one of them, the very first articles in the meta-analysis category, were accepted by András Bámvölgyi's group. Concerning the groups, because this was mostly individual work. In the last 3 months, we will not provide best of the groups because in the summer period, you worked at home and not based on the group stage. So this was the start. I don't want to take your very valuable time any longer. And let's see where the projects are. I wish you good luck. And not only good luck, but joy. Enjoy your hard work, what you have done in the 12 months, and tell to the others where you are currently. Thank you very much for your attention.